to this FORNAV coffee break. My name is René Brummel. I'm a product specialist at FORNAV, and I will be your presenter today. As this coffee break is live, you can ask your questions via the GoToWebinar question window. We will answer them at the end of the coffee break. Today, we're going to explain how to add repeaters to your Business Central reports. There are many scenarios where you may need to have some data repeated on your Business Central reports. The most used one is to have a label printed for each of the quantity of a shipment line, but there are more use cases of a repeater. The tried and tested method has always been to add an integer data item to your report and set it to print as many times as you have quantity on the source data item. However, there are more complex scenarios. You may ship your items in boxes of 5 and need a label per box instead of per item, or you may need a label per lot number. That is why we created the repeater temporary table in FORNAV. Let's have a look to see how it works. To demonstrate adding repeaters, I'm going to use these steps. Prerequisites, what do I need to get going? In step 2, I will set up the repeater. In step 3, I will explain the 4 repeater scenarios. In step 4, I will explain the use of the repeater in a report extension. Let's start with the first step. Today, I will be working on a Business Central on-premise server with the Business Central 2025 Wave 1 release. I've installed the FORNAV customizable report pack, and I've executed the step-by-step wizard from the assisted setup to get started. I have installed the FORNAV Designer, which is part of the FORNAV Toolbox, and you can download the FORNAV Toolbox from the FORNAV website. And of course, everything I do today will also work on a cloud environment. Now, the first thing we are going to do is to add a repeater to our report. This works just like adding any other data item, but we need to set some extra properties because it's a temporary table. Now, what I have prepared today is a simple sales order. Which I need to reload. It's never really a good idea to make last-minute changes to your development environment or your demo environment. Nevertheless, here we go. So I have a simple sales order, and this sales order has 2 lines, one with coffee cups and one with dark roast beans. I have a unit of measure code of box, and I'm shipping in boxes of 3. And we have the coffee break dark roast beans in kilos, and we're selling 12 of those. Both lines have item tracking entries. So at some point, we're going to repeat per tracking entry as well. And that's about it. And everything's just fairly plain standard Business Central order. And the reason I'm playing around with an order instead of doing labels and stuff like that is that the order is a really recognizable report. Let's copy a layout. And it's recognizable for everyone, and it allows me to show quickly and in one page what the repeater does. Repeater, layout, sign it. I want to add my repeater on the line data item. So each line I want to repeat in certain scenarios. So I'm going to grab a data item and drag it on top of my line. Find the FORNAV repeater line. Then I need to set up a data item link. And since this is a temporary table, I don't really need the link on any specific record. So I don't need the link on the order number or the document type or anything. But what I do need to do is tell the repeater the total quantity of my sales line, because we use those filters to calculate how many repeats we need to create. So total quantity is quantity, hit OK. Then in the properties of my data item, I need to set my temporary to true, which is going to trigger FORNAV to calculate and load the repeater lines. And then of course I need to add some data that I want to display. So grab the entry number, line per quantity, quantity per total quantity. You don't usually need those in in all of your labels, but I'm just adding them so you can see what is what and what is related to which field on the original line. So that's about it. I've added my repeater line. Let's preview this for the order I created. And what I get is my first line has a quantity of 4, which is going to be repeated 4 times because quantity of 4. If I would have had a quantity of a decimal, so 4.5 or something, I would have had 5 repeats, and the last quantity would have been 0.5. So I have the 4 repeats. I have my lot numbers. Total quantity is 4. Quantity per at this moment is empty. We'll get to that later on. And the quantity per line is 1. And we do the same thing for the dark roast beans. So that's fairly simple to get you started. Now we've added a FORNAV repeater data item. We can choose from 4 different repeater scenarios. These are per item, which is the default, as you might have noticed already, per line, per unit of measure, or per item tracking entry. And to set those tracking scenarios, we need to specify a filter in our repeater line data item. So we get our data item table view, and in the where filter, I am going to say line per is one of our 4 scenarios. Now, item we have seen, that's the default. So if you want to split per item, you don't need to set this filter at all. Let's see what the splitting per line does. This gives me 1 entry per line where the total quantity is 4 and the quantity per repeater is also 4. Now, this may sound like superfluous, but in our standard labels, for instance, the sales shipment label, you can choose if you want to split per quantity or per item or per line. And in that case, this setting makes a lot more sense. So you can allow your users to choose how they want to split. Then we can choose to split per unit of measure. And like I said before, the coffee cups I'm shipping in boxes of 3. And in some cases, you may want to say, okay, I have 4 items. I'm shipping in boxes of 3, which means I need to have 2 labels because one for one box and one for the other box. To do so, I need to give FORNAV a little bit more information because I also need to tell the repeater line which is the quantity that I am shipping my stuff in, which is the quantity per unit of measure, which is going to be 3 in my case. So set my data item table view to split per unit of measure, added the quantity per filter, hit preview. There we go. We have now our quantity per is filled right here, which is 3, like I said, which means that the first one is a quantity of 3 and the second one is a quantity of 1. And I got 2 labels because I can ship 4 cups in 2 boxes. Now I know this is not exactly how the sales order works, because in the sales order, if I sell 3 boxes, I'm going to actually ship 12. But it's a nice way for me to demonstrate how this splitting on quantity per works. And the coffee break dark roast beans, I'm just selling per kilo, so the quantity per is always 1. Then finally, we have the line per tracking entry. I promise you can do lines per tracking entry as well. And what I can do is set the where clause to split by tracking entry, which means that I get 1 repeat per unique tracking entry. And if I would have a lot number and a serial number, then I get a unique repeat per lot serial number combination. So any specific specific tracking entry is going to create one repeat line. It also means that if you have tracking in both the reservation entries for unshipped stuff and the item ledger entries for shipped stuff, you get two lines even though the lot number might be the same. Nevertheless, it's useful if you want to print a sticker or something per separate lot number. Finally, we can have a look at how you would add a repeater to a report's AL file. Let's say you want to set up a repeat per option on a report request page, or you want to start creating your own labels, then you can use the FORNAV Repeater and the FORNAV Repeater functions to determine how your repeater table is going to be filled. Have a look at that. We're going to have a look at one of the FORNAV standard labels, which is the sales shipment label. We run the report. You can see that I can choose one label per item, line, unit of measure, and tracking entry. And this is where I say the line starts making more sense. Sometimes you want to print a label per line, and sometimes you want to print a label per item. You can also, by the way, in the FORNAV label setup, choose the default labels per. So if you always print your labels per unit of measure, then you can set that up as the default. How that works in the report AL file, what I did was I have simply downloaded the FORNAV customizable report pack extension, and I've unpacked it and opened it in Visual Studio Code. So this is just the standard label that we ship. Anybody can unpack that and have a look at that. Now what we have in this report is we use an arguments table to set the request page options. And if you look at the request page, you will see we have a label per option, which is the arguments label per. Then in the sales shipment line on after get record, we call the function set number of labels. And we set the number of labels for the label data item, which is the FORNAV repeater line. And the FORNAV repeater line is use temporary true. And we use temporary true because it never holds any actual data. We calculate the data we want to view on the fly. So let's have a look at the set number of labels function. And in the set number of labels function, we do more or less the same as what we do in the FORNAV layouts. When you just add a repeater to a layout, we set the total quantity to line quantity, and we do a case label per. If the label is per unit of measure, then we add the quantity per unit of measure, because that's the only reason why we would need that. We set the label line per to the arguments label per. And then we call the function fill on the repeater line. And the function fill on the repeater line simply calls the FORNAV fill repeater code unit, which is also open source, and you can open that one. And what you can see is that we fill the repeater lines. And in the fill the repeater lines, we call the on before fill repeater line, so you can override the default function if you want to from an extension. We set the values from the filter, and then we add the repeater lines. And in the add repeater lines, we simply calculate the total quantities. And I won't dig into the nitty-gritty of the code. If you want to, like I said, it's all open source. You can download and unpack the report pack code and have a look at how we've done all this. Let's recap what we have just done. We found that we could create repeaters in two different ways, by adding an integer table and by adding the FORNAV repeater temporary table. And the integer table, by the way, can be added only in AL code because it requires some code to calculate the repeats. That's why, of course, the FORNAV repeater temporary table is a much easier option because you can just add it in the report layout and no coding required. We could set up the FORNAV temporary table to repeat different quantities in 4 different scenarios: per item, per line, per unit of measure, and per item tracking entry. And finally, we looked at how to add the repeater table to the AL code of your report and set the repeat scenario with a request page option. I can see we have no questions at this moment in time, so I'm going to wrap up this coffee break. If you want to know more about FORNAV, or if you want to download the FORNAV toolbox, please visit our website. If you want to install FORNAV in Business Central Cloud, please visit the Microsoft App Source. And you can watch more videos about FORNAV on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions about FORNAV, please email them to support@fornav.com. For a full list of upcoming and recorded coffee breaks, please visit fornav.com/coffeebreak. And with that, thank you very much for joining me today, and goodbye.